10 years after Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi is readying a rematch with Darth Vader.
Hello there.
It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. After the 1-2 punch of The Mandalorian, Seasons 1 and 2, followed by The Book of Boba Fett, Disney isn't letting up. It's only a short wait until May 25th, the day Obi-Wan Kenobi lands on Disney+, with the lead role reprised once more by Ewan McGregor. He will be joined by his former castmate Hayden Christensen, who returns as Anakin Skywalker, now known as Darth Vader. Even more Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith alums are along for the ride, as Joel Edgerton and Bonnie Peace return to their roles as Owen and Beru Lars, Luke Skywalker's uncle and aunt. It even appears Jimmy Smits may return as the senator from Alderaan, Bail Organa. In terms of new faces, comedian and Eternal star Kumail Nanjiani is on board in a still unknown role. Game of Thrones alumna Indira Varma and Moses Ingram of the Queen's Gambit fame had similarly secretive roles until the new teaser trailer dropped on March 9th. The sneak peek of the original series reveals Varma is playing an Imperial officer, and Ingram will be playing the role of Reva, an Imperial Inquisitor. With so many characters from the prequel trilogy making their return amid so many new faces, many fans have wondered when exactly Obi-Wan Kenobi takes place and how it fits into the larger Star Wars timeline. As it turns out, those questions have quite intriguing answers. Despite so much about the show being shrouded in Sith-like secrecy, we still know a lot about where Obi-Wan Kenobi fits into the history of Star Wars.
That's good news.
Obi-Wan Kenobi will take place about 10 years after the rise of the Empire in Revenge of the Sith, as confirmed by a tweet from the official Star Wars Twitter account from December 2020. To date, the Disney Plus Star Wars shows have primarily focused on the post-Imperial era. Both The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett are set in the years after the death of Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So it will be fascinating to finally see a story that takes place during the height of Imperial power. Based on what we've seen in trailers and from casting announcements, Obi-Wan Kenobi will follow its titular character as he watches over a young Luke Skywalker and perhaps a young Leia from afar. It appears the Clone Wars general is being pursued by Imperial forces all the while, including several red lightsaber-toting figures who appear to be Imperial Inquisitors. These are Force-sensitive hunters tasked with exterminating the last of the Jedi Order, led by the former Jedi known now as the Grand Inquisitor. It appears the Empire is still busy hunting down those who managed to save themselves after Order 66, and will stop at nothing to purge the galaxy of them. Obi-Wan is sure to be a major target in their campaign, especially since Hayden Christensen is slated to return as Darth Vader. Something tells us he's not going to let his former master slip off into the twin sunsets of Tatooine so easily.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
The final act of Revenge of the Sith ends with Obi-Wan Kenobi witnessing the birth of Padme Amidala's newborn twins, Luke and Leia. After Padme dies in childbirth, a decision is made to separate the twins and keep them in hiding. Senator Organa and his wife become the adoptive parents of Leia, who will grow up on Alderaan. Meanwhile, Luke is destined to grow up on Tatooine, where Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi leaves him in the care of Owen and Beru Lars. Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope takes place 19 years after Revenge of the Sith, which means Luke and Leia are also 19 years old when the original Star Wars trilogy kicks off. This puts Disney Plus limited series Obi-Wan Kenobi almost smack in the middle of the two films in regard to the Star Wars timeline. This is seemingly confirmed by the brief shot of what appears to be a young Luke, who looks to be 9 or 10 years old in the new teaser trailer. Raised by Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, Luke is seen through Obi-Wan's futuristic binoculars, living on their moisture farm and pretending to pod race. This may be a deliberate callback to Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, in which a much younger Obi-Wan meets a much younger Anakin, also a pod racer, on that same sandy planet. Being set 9 years before A New Hope also means that Obi-Wan Kenobi happens around the same time of the events of Solo, A Star Wars Story, which follows a young Han Solo, Lando Calrissian, and Chewbacca. It's unlikely that Obi-Wan will cross paths with any of those characters, both because none of the Solo actors have been cast in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and because the Jedi in hiding doesn't meet Han Solo until the cantina scene in A New Hope. Still, it's thrilling for fans to finally see the years between the prequels and the original trilogy explored in such depth.
Always on the move.
Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.